Hey, good afternoon. This is Mike Weiner, NRG this week. Going to be solo today without my good buddy Leon Thomas, who we've known each other for a minute. It goes back about 25 years, but we've been doing NRG this week a little over 2 years now. Really excited. Want to talk about a big event we're doing on Friday, and then I have an amazing guest today. You guys and gals are going to be blown away, but the NRG Spring Extravaganza 2024. It's less than 48 hours away. It's going to be this Friday. It will be on March 8th from 1 to 4 Eastern. And for more information, you can go to nrg.online. That's the website. We have a keynote speaker, Tom Cavanaugh. He's going to be talking about how to create power partners. And we've got corporate sponsors. I think we have 8 corporate sponsors. We're going to have 3 breakout sessions. Michelle Wilson, my VP, will be running. Michelle is out of the Dallas area, and we've got a lot of new people coming. So if you're unaware of the extravaganza, you can reach out to me 2 ways on my cell at 443-756-9656. 443-756-9656, or my email, mike at networkreferralgroup.com. We're off to an amazing year. Today is March 6th, and we've got a lot of new members coming in, a lot of excitement. You know, one of the things I focus on is law of attraction and serving people, helping them manifest their goals. And what a great way on the extravaganza, less than 48 hours away. Definitely come out. Give me a call, send me a text, send me an email to get more information. So I'm really excited. We have a Massachusetts group. We're going to bring on Sally. Sally is in the Massachusetts group because she lives in the Massachusetts area, and she's amazing. We've only known each other a couple of months, and she's doing a lot of great things to help out businesses. So Sally, let's bring you on stage, and you and I are going to talk. So Sally, welcome. How are you today?
Oh, I'm doing just fine. How are you?
I am doing awesome. I'm doing awesome. I'm excited about the extravaganza. You've heard about that for the last month or so. But you and I think I asked you about being on this show, and you're like, Mike, let me get back to you. Your schedule is swamped, but we were able to book a time, Sally, and I'm glad it's just you and I get a chance to really talk. And this is live right now. It'll be all over YouTube, Sally, and you're a pop star now. You're the next Taylor Swift. You just don't have to sing for us today. So,
I
Sally,
could.
take a minute or so and talk about your company. I find it fascinating what you're doing. Really, I've got one other person maybe in NRG that does a little bit about similar to you, but you're pretty unique. You got a great story. Take 2 minutes, talk a little bit about your company, and then I'm going to ask you some deeper questions, and we're going to do a little bit of a deeper dive. But it's all you. Tell us a little bit about you for the viewing audience. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Um, well, my business is called Brass Castle Arts. I'm a wordsmith. I provide literary services to polish your gem. So, if you've got any kind of words that need to be manipulated, we all start out with a rough draft. We've got words we're playing with all the time, personally and professionally, and it really doesn't matter who you are. Most of the time, you start out, and I start out. It's a mess. It resembles the flying spaghetti monster. But what I love to do is to just help you dig into that mess of words that are all tangled and pull that gem out, because you wouldn't be writing it down if you didn't have a gem in there. That's got to it's got to be your message. It's what you're trying to convey to your client, your audience. So I like to help you pull that aside, get the spaghetti sauce off it, and polish it and make it shine so that you can communicate clearly.
That's awesome. Sally, we are dealing with a language that's very complicated.
It
You
is.
take the word TWO, TO, TOO, and Sally, I've never told you this. I'm very proud of this fact. I think it was junior high or senior high. Remember when they used to do those spelling bees?
Oh yeah.
My mom, my mom, and she's 86. God bless her. She's amazing. she drilled words into my head. And a lot of times I would win the spelling bee. And I've never told you that. So I know you're looking at me with a whole new level of respect, right, Sally? So
Of course, of course.
I won the spelling bee, and it was all because of my mom. So, if you study the words long enough, they're eventually going to get into your brain.
Yeah.
Tell me what is your most. You don't have to mention the name of the company or the person. What's the most unique industry you've ever helped out? What's something a little bit way off the charts that you remember that was really unique in helping them out?
Um, one of my first clients was a woman who is a financial advisor, and
Mm.
she is in the process of completing law school. I'm not quite sure why she went in that direction, but part of it was she she had a problem with a previous employer, and that employer, she was working in bank and finance and stuff, had bilked her out of millions of dollars worth of commissions. So she decided it was time to get this stuff sorted out and you know create the lawsuit so that maybe she could get some money, and if not, at least she'd put that former employer on call or on notice about, you really ought to be not doing that the way you're doing it. So she said she's a math whiz, but English was not her forte. So she said, could you help me with that? So she sent me about, I don't know, 40 or 50 pages worth of the material. And of course, it was all organized according to legal stuff, the way you talk about legal things. And but it was all over the place. All the information was there, but it was all over the place.
Right.
So I
You know,
established an outline.
yeah, yeah. No, I remember you talking about that at the last NRG meeting. We were discussing that. So you know what's going to happen now. So now you're doing grievances. So you're
Yeah.
the show. You're going to get a bunch of people. Hey, I had a fight with my wife. I had a fight with my employer. I had a fight with my partner. So you may get a lot of these grievances coming in. So I'm going to ask you a question about NRG, and then we're going to take a commercial break. So, you were introduced. I'm trying to remember what it was. Giovanna, I believe, who introduced you and I, and she's been amazing. She's introduced. Was it her or no?
No, I can't
No.
remember who it was,
Okay,
but it
okay.
wasn't Giovanna.
What's
But
funny
she's a
is
sweetheart. She could have. It's
yeah, she was on the show 2 weeks ago. What is it about NRG that you love so much? I know you've been in a lot of networking groups. You and I met around the holidays last year, somewhere in between November and December. What
yeah.
for you specifically have you enjoyed about NRG? There's a lot of viewers out there that never heard of NRG. Believe it or not, they don't know who I am. Even in Maryland, you don't know everybody, obviously. So, what would be your advice to someone that wants to take a look at a networking group? What will they find out about NRG? And I always like my members to do more of the talking than me. So, if you take 2 minutes and share, for the new folks out there watching, what do you like about NRG?
Well, I think it's the fact that I don't have to do all kinds of admin work. I've been in another paid seat uh, networking group, and it seems like there's an awful lot of work that I've got to do. Uh, Preparing a certain presentations and doing this, doing that, doing the other thing, getting in touch with people all the time, cold calling. I was like, I don't know enough people to to get them
Right.
all to join this group. So I think this is one thing that has attracted me to this group, and part of it too was you were very accommodating in having me join. To made it easy for me.
No, I appreciate that. Yeah, I try to be. I mean, look, life is so complicated as it is. I always treat people the way I want to be treated, and I'm big with law of attraction, serving, and yeah, I mean, why? It's just, and I think a lot of it was my parents too. Growing up. So we are gonna take a commercial break here, Sally. The interns these guys have hired to do some amazing commercials. I've seen them a few times, but Jay, if you would take it away, and we're going to go to a commercial break right now. Thank you.
Renting is everything. It's style at your doorstep, off the runway and into your closet. It's every trend you've been dying to try and every designer you've yet to discover. It's wearing it your way every time and making it count everywhere you go. It's never worrying about what to wear because something new is always coming your way. That's why renting is everything. New styles, top designers, all for a flat monthly fee. Start your subscription at renttherunway.com.
Slow roasted over hickory fire and pulled by hand. This is the way pit pork has always been done. Pulled pork lovers, rejoice. The smoky old days are back at the Smoke Shack. From the creative team that brought you The Browning Project and Dead by Morning comes a new thriller that will change the way you look at white-collar crime forever. Falling from the Sky.
Water. It's everywhere. We drink it, we bathe with it, we cook with it. Coffee's made with water. Toilets won't flush without it. It's used for washing clothes, dishes, utensils, pots, pans, floors, and our teeth. Plants and crops need water, animals drink it, and fish need it too. And don't forget, we can have a lot of fun in the water. Water. What will we do without it?
We are back, NRG, this week with a amazing guest, Sally. So we're going to bring Sally back on. And one thing, Sally, that I want to do as soon as you come back on is I want people to know how they can reach you. And I think you gave all that information to Jay ahead of time. So what are the best places for folks to reach you?
My my website and my email address. I don't do well with phone text. I'm enough of an electronics dolt that if I get a text on my phone, I have no clue whatsoever how to get it onto my computer because I don't have them talking to each other. I'm an old dog. Electronics don't come naturally to me.
No worries.
So the website is brasscastlearts.com, and the email is brasscastlearts@gmail.com.
Appreciate it. So there you have the contact information for Sally. Do want to mention Leon real quick. He's got Racquetball Revival. Leon is really big with Racquetball Revival. So I told him I would plug that. There is, the LeonThomasGroup.com. So Sally, when someone calls you, what are some of the things they can expect from you as far as maybe your personality, work ethic? What are two or three things that, when Joe calls and says, Sally, Mike Weiner referred me to you. Tell me, what are some of the benefits of working with Sally?
I think the fact that I have a lot of strange and wonderful work experience, it brings a kind of a depth to my way of looking at the world. Um, I've been a land use planner. I've been a licensed journeyman pipe fitter. I've done engineering, drafting on computers. Started out by hand and went on to computers as time went on. And I do reading constantly. Sometimes for my the art and craft of writing and editing, sometimes just for fun. But I learned so much from all of that stuff, and I think my particular strength is in making these connections between things that might not seem related. And if I get somebody that calls me up, wants me to talk with them about their project, the first thing I want to know is, well, what is your project, and what's the depth of your project. And if they can send me a couple of chapters, I can get a sense of how they write. Because the important thing with, especially with editing, is not influencing the voice of the author. That author's voice is unique, and that's how it should be displayed or portrayed.
Awesome. You're going to love this question, Sally. What is the biggest compliment you've ever had after working with a client? I told you were going to walk on water with me because one of my skills is empowering people and, bringing out the best of them. I think you've seen me do that since we've known each other. What is the biggest compliment Sally's received from a client?
One of my clients, I helped her edit her memoir about the life that she and her husband had, and the husband, the two of them had met when they were like 8, 9 years old, and they never dated anybody else. And I think one of the greatest compliments was when the woman's book was published. She had a book launch, and she invited me to come. And I've met her dog. His name is Jasper.
It's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Very, very cool. Very cool. What is one of the services that you do that is a little bit unique? Maybe you haven't even talked about it with NRG. Is there kind of usually people have like their main focus on 2 or 3 things that they do, their core competencies. Is there something that you do that's a little bit, I don't know, off the beaten track a little bit that you don't talk about, that I'm giving you the opportunity right now to tell the world that I also do blah, 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 blah. So and I have no idea what your answer is going to be on any of these questions. So that's the fun of having you here at NRG this week. We just have a lot of fun. So is there something you do that's a little bit unique that you don't talk about a lot?
Well, I do some computer drafting on the side. I've just finished today a project for a local civil engineer. He's just a one-man operation, so he can't afford to have a full-time drafter in office. So he sends his work to me, and I work on it using Autodesk AutoCAD program, and I send it back to him, and we're very happy. One of the other things that I do is I like to play with Photoshop. I got some experience in that when I was working in civil engineering, because we had to prepare presentation plans for planning board meetings and that sort of thing. And so I've been using it to help friends of mine and myself design book covers.
Oh, wow. Book covers. Okay. Very cool. Very cool. I'm going to ask you one more question and then we'll have all your information posted again. If you were in an elevator with someone and you had 2 minutes or 2 sentences, however you want to do it, and you wanted to describe, because I want to wrap this up with the essence of Sally, how would you, maybe 2 or 3 sentences, exactly what you do so people will remember this? I want to kind of wrap this up as a summary. So you're in the elevator, you got 2 minutes. How would you describe your company one last time?
Well, here's my elevator pitch.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah. We all work with words every day, personally and professionally. And even if you and the English language aren't BFFs, even if your hand scratching is second cousin to the flying spaghetti monster, there's a gem in there. It's your idea, your passion. It's the reason you do what you do. I'm the word nerd, and I can help you polish that gem to make your message shine. In particular, I go gaga over editing work. I love to discover a misplaced participle, take it by the hand, and lead it home to where it belongs. So you don't have to know the difference between a dangling participle and a misplaced participle, as long as I do.
The spaghetti monster, I love that. I always think of like all this paper and then spaghetti and meatballs kind of wrapped around the paper. Someone doing it like at an Italian restaurant or something like that.
It's a mess.
It's cool. It's cool. I love that about you. So, Sally, I'm going to have you once again talk about your email, your website. If you would share that, we're going to share that, and then I'm going to talk about the extravaganza. We're going to wrap that up, and then we'll be done. But share again. Best way to reach you. It's not text, and that's my favorite. Yeah. You're totally on the other side, but that's all good. That's what makes the world go around. So
that's right.
If you share your information again, one more time.
All right. So my website is brasscastlearts.com, and my email is brasscastlearts@gmail.com.
Awesome. Sally, I really appreciate you being here today. It's I know getting your schedule and my schedule together is it's like bringing world peace. It was all good. But again, for the viewers out there, NRG Extravaganza, it is going to be this Friday, March 8th. It'll be from 1 to 4 Eastern. If you need a registration form, you can go to nrg.online, or you can reach out to me by cell, by text, 443-756-9656. I'm all over Facebook and LinkedIn if you need to reach me there. The email address, it's Mike at networkreferralgroup.com. I want to thank Jay and Leon for producing and their friendship over the years. We've been doing this for over 2 years now. And if you want to be a guest on NRG this week, get a hold of me. And it's been a great week. We've had a lot of new members coming in, pumped about the extravaganza. And we are now finishing up. I want to thank Sally for being here. And we will see you next week on NRG This Week. Until then, I want to say thank you.